Hello, salam. Good afternoon. Welcome to my live crochet lesson. This is Fahmina, your today's host from Fahmina's Creation. I'm welcoming all of you to today's class. So I can see there's few people already here. Just waiting for a few more to start out today's class. Can you all hear me properly? Please let me know if you have any issues. Um, Network or video issues, and I'll try to sort it out. Like every other day, we are going to wait for 5 minutes, 5 past 6. Then we'll start our class as usual. Sister Rifna has just joined. Salam, Sister Rifna, how are you? And walaikum assalam. I hope you are doing well. How are your kids today? And I can also see Sister Rehana, Sister Gulnaha, Sister Rima, Sister Tani, and Julia has joined us. Thank you all for your support and thank you for being on time. Today is the seventh class and the second last class for this beginners crochet lesson. And as you can all tell, I'm a bit emotional today, but I don't want emotion to take over. So I would like to I will calm myself down, but inside I'm still emotional because I'm going to miss you all, and I'm going to miss coming to the class, preparing for the lesson and everything. I'm sure you will all feel the same. At the moment, we are just waiting for the rest of the students to join us, and then we will begin our today's lesson. Sister Rifna just said, fine, thank you, Alhamdulillah, they are good. Good to hear that, Sister Rifna. I know they were not feeling very well lately, but good to hear, mashallah, Alhamdulillah, that they are all good now. So as you can see in the screen at the moment, we are going to crochet this beautiful ribbed hat in adult size. I will try to make it today. So I'm quite excited about that, to show you the whole process of making. I'm sure you are the same. And I'm also going to explain you, if you want to make it for kids or uh, other sizes, different sizes, make it bigger or smaller, how you can achieve that, how you can make it bigger or smaller. So but this is the standard adult size that we are going to try making today. Sister Sajna just joined us. Salam, sister. All right. Hello, hi, hello. Hi, all, Julia said. And then Tanya is saying salam, walaikum assalam. All right, most of you are here now. I think Sister Farhana is not here. I'm sure she just messaged me that she's doing her Asr prayer, and after that she's going to join us shortly. We'll still wait. There's 2 more minutes left. We'll still wait for 2 more minutes. Then we'll start our today's lesson, inshallah. So how have you all been? I hope you had a lovely weekend. Mine went so quickly because we over the weekend I do another class, crochet lesson. Their classes has also finished. It's over, and they had 8 class altogether. And this week, this group's class will be finished as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. I have to find a new hobby, I guess. Sister Farhana has just joined us. Assalamu alaikum. Assalam, Sister Farhana. We were just talking about you. You sent me a message that you are going to be a bit, you are just going to pray your asr and then come back, come join us. So thank you all for joining today's lesson. Let's start then. I think most of the students are here now. So today we are, as you can see on the screen now, we are going to make this hat in adult size today. It's called ribbed stitch. The stitch, as you can see, it has ribbed design. So this is why it's called crochet ribbed stitch. This is what we are going to learn today. Okay, so let's start. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's jump into our project. So have you all got your crochet hook and yarn in front of you? For this project, I am using a crochet hook size 5, and I'm just using DK yarn in this color. I think this is called a petrol color. I think, yes. It's from a website called Eramos. So let's start then. Okay. We'll start as usual. I can see some of the sisters saying they've all got their crochet hook and their yarn in front of them. That's fine. So we are ready to start our class. Okay. So start with slip knot like we always do. To create a slip knot, first of all, hold your the short end of your yarn strand with the right hand side, and with the left hand side, in the left hand side index finger, wrap the yarn around twice like this. That's one, and that's two times. Okay, so wrap the yarn around your index left hand index finger twice, then put the back loop in front of the front loop. Now this is the new back loop, this is the new front loop. So just put this back loop in front of the front loop again. Okay, and this is the back loop and this is the new front loop. Okay, so now pull this back loop out of your finger and keep pulling it, and also with your left hand start pulling both strands of your yarn strands. Okay, just like that, and that's it, your slip knot is created. So this is your slip knot. Now we're just going to put our crochet hook through and adjust the slip knot so that it will be almost equal the size of your crochet hook. Okay, so now we are going to start doing chain spaces, and we are going to do 4 chain spaces here for this project. Okay, so to start your chain spaces, wrap the yarn around your crochet hook and pull it through. That's your first chain spaces. Wrap the yarn around again and pull through. Wrap the yarn around and pull through. That's your third chain spaces. Wrap the yarn around and pull through. That's your fourth chain spaces. So got all the chain spaces that we needed. Now we are going to join the fourth the loop that we have in our crochet hook with the first chain spaces, first chain space. So and we are going to use the slip stitch technique to do that. Okay, so to do that, just to join both sides of your chain spaces, put your crochet hook through the first chain space like this. Okay, and then wrap the yarn around your crochet hook just once and pull the loop through both ends. Okay, so now we've got this tiny little hole created by the 4 chain spaces. Okay, So I'm just going to give it a pause now and see if you have all managed to do your chain spaces and managed to join it like this. I'm just going to wait for a few seconds. And then, yes, Sister Farhana has done that. Well done, Sister Farhana. And what about the rest of you? So I'm just going to wait for your response and then we'll start doing our row 1. So this was our base. This is a round base because we are starting from here. Easily, so far I think we've just done square shapes or stuffs like that. So here today we are starting from this point, which is a round shape, and then we'll go forward and we'll move towards this side. Okay, so this is why we made a round of chains today. Okay, so who else has done that? Okay, so Chatani has done that. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you for letting me know. Who else? Okay, looks like most of you have done that. Yes, okay then. So let's start with row 1. To start our row 1, we will do 3 chain spaces, okay? Because the remaining stitches in row 1 is going to be double crochet. So and 3 chain spaces is the same size like a double crochet. Yeah, so we are going to take it as a double crochet, and we are starting row 1 with 3 chain spaces. So wrap your yarn around your crochet hook and pull through. Wrap the yarn around and pull through. Wrap the yarn around and pull through. So 3 chain spaces. Okay, that is going that we are going to count it as our first double crochet. Yeah, now in this tiny little space we have to crochet 11 double crochet. Okay, so to create a double crochet, wrap the yarn around your crochet hook, go to that same tiny little space, wrap the yarn around and pull up a loop. So you've got 3 loops in your crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around and pull through first 2 loops only. Wrap the yarn around and pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, so that's my first double crochet. Let's repeat these steps for 10 more times because we need to crochet 10 more double crochet. That's my second double crochet. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me just count how many double crochet I've got so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I just need one more to finish off this row. So now I've got 12 double crochet. Just going to attach this loop with the third chain spaces from the first 3 chain spaces. Okay, so this is the first chain space, 1, 2 and 3. This is the third chain space, so I need to put my crochet hook through that third chain space, wrap the yarn around and pull through. This is your slip stitch. So at the end of every row we are going to slip stitch with both sides of your row so that it gives you this round shape. Okay, so I've done row 1. Now I'm just going to wait for all of you to finish row 1 so that we can start crocheting row 2. So let me know in the comment section when you finish doing your row 1. Just let me know in the comment section. Okay. I can see some of you have finished crocheting row 1. Just waiting for rest of you to finish off. Okay, looks like most of you have done that. So, okay, that's good. Thank you for letting me know. So let's move to row 2. To start row 2, we are going to crochet 3 chain spaces. Okay, to start your chain spaces, wrap the yarn around and pull through. First chain space, wrap the yarn around, pull through, wrap the yarn around, pull through. 3 chain spaces. Okay, now go to that chain space where we have just crocheted our 3 chain spaces. Just go there. Can you see here? Just go to that chain space and crochet, double crochet. Okay, so we've done 3 chain spaces, which we are going to count as a double crochet, and another double crochet in the same chain spaces. So now we are going to move to the next chain space, the very next one. Okay, so wrap the yarn around, go to the next chain space and pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops in our crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, and wrap the yarn around and pull through last 2. This is our first double crochet for this chain space. So now in this same chain space we have to crochet one more double crochet. So wrap the yarn around, go to that same chain space and pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops in your crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through last 2. So that means you've got two double crochet in the same chain space. So this is going to be our new steps for this row. In each chain space we are going to crochet 2 double crochet, and by the end of this row we'll have double the amount of double crochet that we had in our previous row. Yes, Sister Farhana, you are right. We are doing 2 in each space. Yes, each chain space we are doing 2 double crochet. You are right. So just go ahead and do that, and we should have 24 double crochet in this row by the end of this row. Okay, so that's 1 2 3 4. I've done 4 double crochet. Now I'll move to the next chain space, and there I'm going to crochet 2 double crochet. Now I'll move to the next chain space, and then I'm going to crochet 2 double crochet again. Hello Noreen, thank you for joining me. Now in the very next chain, 2 more double crochet again. Sister Sajna, you're really quick. You've already done that. You've already finished your row. You're even quicker than me. I'm going slow because I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to leave you all behind. 24. So I've finished crocheting 24 double crochet. Now I'm going to join this side with the other side, the third chain space from the first 3 chain spaces. So this is 1, 2, and this is the third chain space. So I'm going to put my crochet hook through that third chain space and pull up a loop and pull it through all the way through. So that's my second row done. I'm just going to give it few more seconds again until the rest of you finish your row 2. All right, I can see most of you have finished crocheting your row 2 I meant. So thank you for letting me know. So let's start our row 3 then. Okay, to start row 3 we'll start again with 3 chain spaces. So wrap the yarn around and pull through, wrap the yarn around, pull through, wrap the yarn around and pull through. Okay, now in the same chain space again we are going to crochet one more double crochet here, the very next one where we have just done our 3 chain spaces. Basically we have done 2 double crochet in the same chain spaces again. Okay, so in this row again the steps are the same, 2 double crochet in the same chain spaces. So just go ahead and carry on doing your creating your crocheting your double crochets. Okay, so in the next chain space we are going to crochet 2 double crochet, and to do that wrap the yarn around your crochet hook, go to that chain space and pull up a loop, 3 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through last 2 loops. So repeat these steps again and do another double crochet in the same chain space. Okay. Now move to the next chain space and do the same 2 double crochet in the same chain space. Basically it will be double the amount of double crochet that we have done in our previous row. So there would be 48 double crochet by the end of this row. Just keep your counting right and you will be all right. So Shaheen has already done that. Well done. Assalamu alaikum. My mom has just joined me. I think this is her first. Thank you for joining me. Back in the time when I was little, my mom used to make crocheted items for us. I remember wearing crochet sweater and hat made by my mom. Also, my um, grandma, we used to call her Nanu. She used to make a lot of crocheted items for us. So growing up, we always watched them crocheting in front of us. Uh, so I think it motivated me to have this hobby of crocheting. So just go ahead and crochet 2 double crochet in the same chain space. So how are you all getting on? Let me know in the comment section if you have got any question. Thank you all for joining me and thank you for your support. Abbu Salam, thank you for joining me and for your support. Rifna has already done that. Well done, sister. You're very quick. You finished even before me. So well done on that. So have you crocheted 48 double crochet in this row? We are in row 3. I think I've finished crocheting all the double crochet for this row. I'm just going to go and check it. We're going to do the counting just in case. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 18, 20, sorry, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Okay, I've done 46. Now I have to do 2 more double crochet to finish off row 3. And once we finish our row 3, we have to connect it with the first 3 chain spaces from with the third chain space from the first 3 chain spaces. So that's 1, 2, and that's 3. Just attach it with a slip stitch, and that's it. Your third row is done. So I'm just going to wait for a few more seconds for the rest of the group members to finish their project, and then we'll start crocheting row 4. Okay, I can see in the comment section most of you have done that, so we are ready to start our row 3. Okay, sorry, row 4. So in row 4 we are going to start doing our new stitches. Yeah, I think it's about time that we start doing our ribbed stitch. Okay, so to start our row 4, we'll start as usual with 3 chain spaces. So wrap the yarn around and pull through, wrap the yarn around and pull through, wrap the yarn around and pull through, 3 chain spaces. Okay, now in this row we are not going to do any more increases. Okay, we are going to crochet ribbed stitches. Okay, and there would be 1 rib stitch in each of these stitches, on top of each of these stitches from previous row. Okay, so just watch carefully because this is a new stitch I'm going to show you at the moment. Rib stitch is basically the same as double crochet, but the only difference is that for double crochet we wrap the yarn around and go to the next chain space to finish our rest of the steps, right? But with rib stitch we wrap the yarn around our crochet hook and go to the next stitch like this. We put our crochet hook under this stitch like this. Okay, because we want this design, ribbed design, which is a bit, slightly coming up towards upwards. Yes, so to achieve that we don't go to that chain space. We crochet our double crochet stitches on the stitches, previous row's stitch. Okay, so to create a double crochet ribbed stitch, we wrap the yarn around our crochet hook. Okay, then we go to the next stitch from previous row. Okay, and put our crochet hook under that like this. We put our crochet hook from one side and take it out from the other side of the previous row stitch, just like this. Okay, and then wrap the yarn around and pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops in your crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through the last 2 loops. That's your first rib stitch done. So we're going to crochet rib stitch throughout this row. So I'm sure if you haven't got it by now, you'll get it by the time I show you a few more times, by the time I show you the steps few more times. Okay, so here in previous row we have done 48 double crochet, and in this row we are going to crochet 48 rib stitch, and we are going to crochet 1 rib stitch on top of another double crochet from previous row. Okay, so to create a rib stitch, yes, wrap the yarn around your crochet hook, go to the next double crochet, put your crochet hook under the double crochet like this, put it in from one side and bring it back from the other side. Okay, then wrap the yarn around your crochet hook and pull up a loop. So rest of these steps are the same like double crochet, right? Wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through last 2 loops. So just go ahead and keep crocheting your rib stitches throughout this row. Okay, salam sister Rahima, thank you for joining me. I appreciate. So I'm going to show you the steps again. To create your rib stitch, wrap the yarn around your crochet hook, put your crochet hook through the stitch from previous row like this, double crochet stitch that we have done our previous row, put it under that, put it in through one side and take it out from the other side, yes, just like this, and then wrap the yarn around your crochet hook and pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops in our crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around and pull through first 2 loops. Now wrap the yarn around again and pull through the last 2 loops. Got 4 of this so far ribbed stitch, and the first stitch and spaces, again this is the same height of the rib stitch, so we are going to count it as our first stitch of this row. Got 5 then total, including these 3 chain spaces, and so we need to crochet 43 more rib stitch throughout this row. So just go ahead and keep crocheting your rib stitch, 1 rib stitch in each for each space. We are not doing any more increase for this row. Okay, so there would be 48 rib stitch in total by the end of this row. So if you have got any question about the rib stitch, if you haven't got it just yet, just let me know in the comment section. Okay, please write down in the comment section if you find it hard to understand the steps of rib stitch. Okay, I am more than happy to explain over and over again, more than happy to explain these steps over and over again. So don't hesitate. If you are struggling, I would not know, so please write down in the comment section. Just crocheting my rib stitches all over this row. This is the 4th row. We are crocheting 4th row. I've lost count, so I'm not even trying to count anymore. So when I go towards the end, I'm just going to count all the stitches and check if I've got 48 rib stitch. I've come towards the end of this row. Just going to count these stitches in a moment and see I've got 48 rib stitch or not. The 48 rib stitch includes the first 3 chain spaces, so don't forget it. Let's do the counting. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So I've got 48 rib stitch including the first 3 chain spaces. Now I'm just going to attach both corners using a slip stitch, and I'm going to attach it with the 3rd chain space from the first 3 chain spaces. Okay, so that's 1, 2 and 3. So this is the 3rd chain space. I'm going to put my crochet hook through there and create a slip stitch. Thank you, Sister Rahima. Thank you for liking my work. And thank you, Noreen. So I've just finished crocheting my 4th row for the crochet head, and this was our first row where we have done the rib stitch, right? So I'm just going to wait for a few more seconds for all of you to finish, and then we'll start row 5. This is a quite a big project, so I'm not too sure if I will all be able to finish it on time. We've got 2 hours, almost nearly 45 minutes gone. So we'll try our best, and if I'm sure we can't, because in our previous group we couldn't. So I'm just going to explain to you all these steps, and what you have to do to finish off your head. So let me check who has finished their project, who has finished their row so far. Okay. Okay, I think most of you have finished crocheting this row, so let's move to row 5. Yeah, yes, that's the 5th row. So in this row we are going to do an increase. Okay, so just listen carefully. We'll start the row with 3 chain spaces like we always do. To create the chain space, wrap the yarn around and pull through, wrap the yarn around and pull through, wrap the yarn around and pull through, 3 chain spaces. Okay, now move to the next stitch. We're not doing any increases just yet. Okay, so move to the next stitch and do a rib stitch. So wrap the yarn around, put your crochet hook through the previous row's rib stitch and pull up a loop. Got 3 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through last 2 loops. So first rib stitch. So including these 3 chain spaces, we have to crochet 5 rib stitch. Okay, so that's 1 2 for the next 3 chains, next 3 stitches we have to do 3 more rib stitch, and then in the 6th one we are going to do our increase. Okay, so every 6th stitch we are going to do an increase. We are going to do 2 rib stitch in the 6th stitch, and this is what we are going to do for the rest of our row. So I'm going to show you, this is our second rib stitch. Let me crochet 3 more rib stitch. That's my 3rd rib stitch. I'm moving to the next stitch and doing another rib stitch, 4th rib stitch. Okay, moving to the next one and another rib stitch. So that's 1 2 3 4 5. So we've got 5 rib stitch so far. So in the next rib stitch we are going to do increase. To create an increase, first just go ahead and do a rib stitch as usual through this stitch from previous row. So wrap the yarn around, put your crochet hook through the previous row stitch like this, wrap the yarn around again and pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through the last 2 loops. So first rib, okay, we haven't yet just we haven't done the increase yet. So to do the increase, just go ahead and crochet another rib stitch in this through that same stitch. Is it clear? So to create the increase, you've already done 1 rib stitch in this stitch. Now wrap the yarn around and put your crochet hook through that same stitch. Okay, now wrap the yarn around again and pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops in your crochet hook. Now wrap the yarn around and pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through next 2. So this is your first increase. Can you see? 2 rib stitch in the same, in front of the same, on top of the same stitch. So there are only 1 rib stitch, and in this row we've got 2 rib stitch from just that 1 rib stitch. So this was your first increase. Sister Renissa's Creation has just joined me. Thank you, Renissa's Creation, for liking my work. I love your work as well. Thank you for joining me. So now no more increases for next 5 stitches. Okay, so wrap the yarn around, go to the next stitch and pull up a loop, 3 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through next 2 loops. That was first one. I need to crochet 4 more rib stitch before I have to do the increase again. 2 3 4 and 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Yes. Now in the next chain space, in the next stitch, we are going to do our second increase. So wrap the yarn around and put your crochet hook through that space and pull up a loop, 3 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through last 2. Okay, just go ahead and do that one more time. Wrap the yarn around, put your crochet hook through and pull up a loop, 3 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through the next 2. So we've got 2 loops in from the where there are only one rib stitch in the previous row, and in this next stitch we in this row we are doing 2 rib stitch from that one rib stitch. So this is our second increase. So just go ahead and carry on crocheting 5 um, rib stitches again without any increase, and in the 6th rib stitch do your increase. So if you have got any question about the increases or the rib stitch itself, just let me know in the comment section. Okay, beautiful crocheting, I'm enjoying this. Thank you, sister Rahima, thank you for enjoying. So I've done my 5 rib stitches without any increase. Now in the 6th one I have to do an increase again. So this is your steps: 5 rib stitches in the next 5 in the next 5 spaces, and then in the 6th space you do a increase. Okay, and we will do in total, we are going to do the increases 8 times, so there will be 8 more stitches by the end of this week. So together in total it would be 56 rib stitches by the end of this row. I've done my 5 rib stitches without any increase. In the 6th one now I'm going to do my next increase, 2 rib stitch in the same space. Now I'm going to move to the next space and carry on doing crocheting rib stitch as usual without any increase for the 5 spaces, for the next 5 spaces. Okay, time for another increase for me. Thank you, Sister Rahima, for still staying with us, for your continuous support. Thank you, all my friends and family, to be here to support me. And also, thanks a lot to all my students who is so patiently coming to the classes regularly and learning these new skills. I'm just going to count these stitches again. So that's 1, 2. So I've got 56 rib stitches so far for this row, and I've attached the uh, both corners using the slip knot. So this is how your project should look like by the end of this row. Just going to wait for all of you to finish this row so that we can move to the next row. Okay, I can see some of you have already completed this row. Just waiting for the rest of the group members so that we can start our next row. What about Sister Farhana and Sister Rifna? Have you all managed to crochet this row? Have you all managed to finish this row? Please let me know in the comment section so that we can move to the next row. Not done yet. Okay, no worries, Sister Farhana. Just carry on crocheting your row. I think some of you haven't finished it yet, so I'm just going to wait for all the team members to finish their row and then we'll start. Okay, I'm enjoying this teaching class. Thank you. Thank you for enjoying this teaching class. That's my mom, by the way. How are you, Sister Rahima? Is your life finished? Just waiting for all the students to finish their row and then so that we can start our next row. Sister Rifna, are you still here? Did you manage to crochet your row? This is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth or sixth row we are doing. 1, 2, 3, sixth row. Just finished crocheting sixth row. It's very hard to count when you do the rib stitch. It looks like a single line. Can't really tell. But I know this was the sixth row. Okay, Sister Farhana has done that. Well done. Okay, I think most of you have done that now, by now. Mhm. Sister Rifna is here. I can see that. Okay, Sister Rifna has done that as well. Well done, all of you sisters. I went a bit fast. I went a bit quick, but you still caught up. So well done on that. So let's start our next row. From this row, we are not going to do any more increases. We are just going to crochet one rib stitch in each of these spaces. So total 56 spaces, and we will do that till the end of our project. So at the moment you might be questioning that it looks like a round shape. How is it going to uh, turn into a head, right? So basically we're going to add more and more rows, and we are not going to do any more increases. So soon our project is going to look like this. So there will be, this is actually both sides, so it will be like that, to be honest. And then from here we are going to crochet more rows. So the more we crochet the rows, the more it will take these shapes. So we are just sitting here, somewhere here at the moment. Okay, can you all see it? Now we have to crochet all the way down here. Okay, so let's start crocheting. Let's not wait anymore, waste any more time, because of course lots of rows to finish. So you know what, I didn't even count how many rows I have done. I was just putting it in on my head and checking how many, just checking if it covers my ear, if it looks like the shape of a head or not, if it has got the length, okay, of the head. So that's what I did. I didn't count these rows, how many rows I've done, but I can tell it there would be still 15 to 20 rows. Okay, so let's start our row 7, and we'll start our row by 3 chain spaces like we always do. So wrap the yarn around and pull up a loop. That's your first chain spaces, second chain spaces, and third chain spaces. Okay, now let's start with rib stitches. To create the rib stitch, wrap the yarn around your crochet hook, put your crochet hook through a previous row stitch, wrap the yarn around again and pull up a loop. 3 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around and pull through first 2, wrap the yarn around and pull through next 2 loops. Okay, so that's your first rib stitch. So just go ahead and crochet in total 56 ribbed stitches throughout this row, and we are not doing any more increases, just not for this row. We are not going to do any more increases throughout this project. For the remaining rows we will only crochet 56 stitches in each row. Okay, no more increases, and this will make a standard sized standard adult sized head. So if you are making a hat for your husband, maybe you might need a bit bigger size. Maybe you can then add 4 more stitches uh, with this. I will show you how you can add. I'm going to explain it to you soon, how you can add more stitches. How do you do your counting, because this is important. You can't just do your increases anywhere around this circle, then it don't look like a circle anymore. So you have to do your countings properly. You have to do your increases, thinking how you can achieve the increase without losing the shape of your project, okay, without compromising with the shape of your project. Basically, when you do increases, you do it in equal numbers. Like if you can remember, in our previous row we have done increases at every sixth space. So for 5 spaces we have um, only done regular rib stitch, and in the sixth stitch in the sixth what I was going to say, in the sixth space we have done the increase. So, and we followed that steps throughout our entire row. Yes. So if you want to increase more, say for example after 56 you want to add increase more, so 50, you have to find out how you can divide 56, what numbers you can with 56, what can that be? 18. 2 times 18 is 56, right? So say for example you want to add 4 more rows, okay, 4 more increases, 4 more stitches, okay, to make it 60. Then what you will have to do is that you have to crochet at every ninth space, every ninth space you will do your increase, and then you will have 4 increases total, and your stitches would be in total 60. So this is how you decide how many how to do your increases. You always have to do it in equal interval. After every equal interval, you can't just go ahead and do an increase, then your head shape won't be nicely round shape, okay. Similarly, if you want to crochet a baby size or your kid for a hat for your kid, try to find out try to find the do the measurement, okay, of their head. So this is the easiest way to find out how big your round should be like, okay. So just find the circumference, do the find the measurement of the circumference of their head, and then just do the round, this round of the same size as their circumference of their head. And once you get the same size, just don't do any more increases, just go ahead and crochet as normal, okay. I have also got a new born baby hat tutorial in my channel, so if you want to check that out, you can do so. Come towards the end of this row. I think it was row 7. I'm just going to attach both corners using the slip stitch technique. This is how your hat is looking like after the end of row 7. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a short while, and then I'll start crocheting the rows. Now I've explained you no more ingredients for the rest of this project, and at the end of each row you were just connecting the both the corners. Okay, so it is very straightforward. I'm not going to wait for all of you to finish off your rows, because and by now you know the steps and you know how to join a row at the end of every rows. So I'll just go ahead and start doing my row 8, because I want to show you the next I want to finish this. At least I want it to have a shape, start getting a shape like a head, and then so that I can explain you the remaining steps. Okay, there's only one more thing to do at the end of your project, and nothing else. For the rest, for the next 15 rows, I would say just go ahead and keep doing your rib stitches in each row. 56 rib stitches in each row. So it's just repetitive, it's just repeat of previous rows steps, nothing new for the next few rows. So we are just crocheting the ribbed stitches, one rib stitch on top of one space, no more increases, just repetitive steps, rib stitches throughout the row. I'm nearing to the end of row 8. And that's the end of row 8 for me. Now I'm just going to attach the both corner, okay, just like that. Just go ahead and keep doing more, keep adding more and more rows in your project. Start row 9. Okay. Yes. So all of you who are writing done, just go ahead and keep adding more and more rows with your existing project, okay? Just go ahead and keep adding more and more rows. I'm just going to go a bit fast and try adding more rows so that it takes a bit of shape like hat. I know I won't be able to finish it off because it's a bit big project for 2 hours. It's not that big. I won't say. I will sometimes I do projects that takes months to finish. So I won't say this is a big project, but definitely not a 2 hours project. I would say usually it takes me 4 or 5 hours to finish a hat. So within if I start from 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening, then I can finish it by 2. So this is what my usual time be like when I'm crocheting at the end of the day. Salam Khadija, Sister Khadija. Thank you for joining my crochet lesson. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Khadija, Sister Khadija. I'm good. How are you? We're making this crochet hat today in adult size, and we are using ribbed stitch crochet technique. Yeah, you can use this stitch to make other projects as well. Some makes blankets with this rib stitch, some makes the cardigan with that. So you can use this. Now that you know how to make this, how to crochet this stitch, you can make different projects using this stitch. Good to hear that, Sister Khadija, that you were well. I haven't seen you lately, so it's been after some times that we met again. Thank you for joining my live crochet lesson. I must have to admit that I'm more happy. I'm not sure if I'm more happy or not, but I'm quite excited that, all of you started from the very beginning, and then, you have managed to learn all these teachers, new techniques of crocheting, and mashallah, you are doing really well. And so far, you have managed to crochet all the projects that I have shared with you in each classes. You never disappoint me, so that's really, really great achievement for me. And also I would say that's a great achievement for you as well. So we're just adding more and more rows to our project, so that it takes the shape of the head until it have the length of required length of the head. We'll just go carry on making creating more and more rows, adding more and more rows with our existing project. And we are not doing any increases, we are just crocheting 56 stitches in each row. We are doing rib stitch and no um, no increase, no decrease, just going just doing our 56 stitches throughout the end of this head project. Thank you all for your support and for giving me the time. just going to crochet maybe 2 more rows, and then I'm going to explain you how, if you want to fold, if you want a folded section of your in your head, then how can you crochet that. And also in the very last stitch, it's a bit different than we are not going to do a rib stitch. In the very last stitch we are going to do only single crochet, 56 single crochet. So I'm going to explain it to you one more time. Let me just go ahead and crochet 2 more rows of rib stitches. Okay, salam Butteradda. Thank you for joining me. Okay, well, bye. Thank you for joining me. We've come towards the end of the course. Only half come to the towards the end of today's lesson. Only half an hour left. Still, you can stay, and we're just making this head, ribbed head, crochet ribbed head for adult size. I think this is going to be the last row that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to explain to you what we have to do towards the end of our project. For the rest of the project, we are going to crochet, keep crocheting a rib stitch, 56 rib stitch in each row, and just keep adding rows until we get our desired length for the head. Yes, so I've already explained it to you. I'm not even telling you how many rows you need. I'll just say 10-15 more rows. Just try it on your head and just see how long you want it to be like. So that's how I like to do it, to make my head exact lay the same shape rather than just following any pattern blindly here. When I explain to you something, I tell you different ways of doing it, and so that you don't just follow a pattern blindly, you don't just follow a creator blindly, you can create your own project independently. So that's what we try to achieve, we should try to achieve. Yeah, I'm just going to do one more row, and then that's it for today. I'm going to show you then, explain to you then what we have to do to finish off our head. I am actually writing a pattern now. I just want to share with you, which I'm quite excited about. It's going to be rainbow blanket, and this is going to be my own pattern. If you check my channel, you can see some of the project that I have shared with you, the tutorial. Some of them are my own project. I'm not following any creators project or pattern. Those are my own patterns, so it's going to be the same. This rainbow blanket that I am writing the pattern at the moment. I made one blanket, so now I'm just double checking, making another one. It takes a lot of time to make it, so hopefully I will get there soon, and then I have to edit the video and post it. Hopefully I will do that soon, so now that I don't have to do any more live classes, online classes, so hopefully I'll get some time to finish recording the tutorials. I think it's a very long project, and it with every single row you need to change. The steps are changing, so I think only one. I won't be able to make it in one tutorial. I won't be able to put it all these steps in one tutorial. Maybe I have to make it in different parts. Maybe part 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. But I'm quite excited about that because this is another big project, another big pattern that I have written. Yes, so this is one project that I'm working on at the moment, and I've got few other projects in my mind. Mosaic crochet, which would be mosaic crochet design. I posted one a simple mosaic pattern in my channel, but I want to play around with different mosaic style. So let's see. So I've got lots of projects in my mind already, which I'm going to do after I finish these classes, um, after I finish this course. So let's see how I get along. So don't forget to keep in touch with me for new projects, and you can join my team on YouTube, and also press the bell button to always get, if you want to get the notification for any other of the post that I post, crochet related post that I post in my channel. If you want to always get the update, you can, where my name is and where there's this subscribe button written in there, next to it there's this bell button. So if you press both the buttons, then you will always get the updates about my channel, about my new tutorials. You will get notification from YouTube. So this way you can keep in touch with me, and I can always stay connected with you as well. Apart from that, I'm also planning to make short classes, which would be like around 30 minutes classes, which is called premiere. So there the class would be recorded previously. So the tutorial that I'll show you would be recorded previously, but I'm going to be there with you. And I'm going to answer all your questions about the project. So this way you can also communicate, you can also learn new project with me, and or at the same time you can ask me any questions that you have about the project. And also we have the WhatsApp group, it will always be there. So anytime if you want to talk to me, if you want to ask me something about any crochet related questions, please don't hesitate. Always you will always find me with you. So don't hesitate, always ask me any question or just reach out basically. Okay, so I think I am not going to do any more rows. I've done I've lost count, to be honest. I don't know how many rows I've done. I think it's 10 11 rows I've done. Can you see is it has started taking the shape now? It has started taking the shape of the head. And now I'm going to show you. If you want, you just have to go ahead and make more rows. I know you know understand that very well. So I'm just going to show you, if you after you finish all the rows, after you make once you reach to this point, yes, to this point, and you want in your head this folded design, yes, how you can achieve it. So in the folded design, you can see I've also done the rib stitch. So if I would have just done rib stitches throughout and try to fold it here, then it would not look like this. It would look like this side, back side. So what I have done to get the same ribbed design, once I have finished crocheting all the rows and I'm satisfied with the length of my head, yeah, what I have done, usually I would, after finishing this row, I would just go do 3 chain spaces and um, start doing my next row from right hand side to the left hand side, yes, this way. But after I got the desired shape and when I want to make my folded design, what I have just done is I just turned my work like this, and then I started crocheting from. Now it's the same as I've just I would have easily work from this side to that side, the right side, but by putting my project like this, turning my project from there to there, I've just started crocheting to the wrong side, the back side of the project. Okay, then I started doing 3 chains like this, and then I started doing my ribbed stitch as usual. To do a rib stitch, look, this is the previous row's stitch, isn't it? So this is where I have to do my rib stitch. Just listen carefully and look at the screen now. Okay, so just put your crochet hook through that rib stitch like that and just follow the remaining steps. Okay, I'm just going to show you a few more times. So you just turned your work. You were doing your project from this side to that side, and your project were looking like this. Now you have just turned your work around and started doing your crochet side. Usually you should have done from this side to that side, but now you are doing from this right side from this other side. Okay, because we want to make this folded design. So just go ahead and just do your usual ribbed design. Okay, just but we are doing from in the back side now. See, this is the back side. This is how the back side looks like when you are doing your rib stitch. Yes, and this is the front side. But when I want to do my folded design, I am making the ribbed in the back side. Now back side would look like the front side, and here look, the front side of this part is looking like the back side of your project. because I'm going to fold it and the back side won't be showing, and this folded design, the rib stitch will match with my whole project. Okay, so basically you just have to crochet your rib stitch in the back side when you want to create the folded design. Okay, is it clear to you, or if you want me to explain it again, please let me know. Okay, so look, it is the right side, it's showing like the right side and it's folded, but if you take the folded side out, can you see this doesn't look right? This looks like the back side of your rib design. So but you are not going to unfold it, you are going to fold it like that, so it will match with the project. All right, I think as I haven't got any question about this, I think you have all got it correctly. Now I'm going to tell you one more thing that we are going to do to finish off our project. Okay, so you will do 2 rows of this folded design. So if you can see here, there's 2 rows of this rib stitch, and what that we have done in the back side of your project is basically you were working like this, you're working from this side to that side, then suddenly you turned your work around and started working from the opposite side first, and that's how you ended up having this folded nice folded design. Okay, I hope it makes sense to you, as I'm not getting any question from you. I'm assuming you have all managed to understand it. So just basically do 2 rows. After you get the desired length of your head, just do 2 rows of this yeah, folded design. Yes, basically do 2 rows in the back side. Okay, 2 rows of rib stitches in your back side. Still we are doing 56 rib stitches in total, right? So now let's come to the finishing touch. After doing 2 rows like this, in your very last row you are just going to do a single crochet stitch throughout your last row. This is a single crochet stitches, can you see? And to create the single crochet, I'm just going to show you now. To create your single crochet, you will start the row by creating 2 chain spaces, because if you can remember, I explained to you in our first or second lesson that 2 chain spaces is equal to the size of single crochet. So you will do 2 chain spaces to start the new row and just move to the next chain spaces. Our rib stitches, we were doing our rib stitches through we are putting our crochet hook through the previous row stitches, or yeah, but for the chain spaces, for the single crochet that we are going to do as our very last row of the head, we will put our crochet hook through the chain spaces again as usual. Yes, and pull up a loop. So you've got 2 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around and pull through. So that's your chain space. Then you will move to the next chain, that's your single crochet. Then you will move to the next chain space and pull up another loop. So you've got 2 loops in your crochet hook, wrap the yarn around and pull through the next 2 loops again. So this is your chain spaces, and this is you are going to do after you do 2 rows from the back side, this folded design. In the very last row you are going to crochet 1 row of single crochet. So total you will do 56 single crochet. Okay, is this all clear to you? Please let me know in the comment section if you have got any question about how to do the folded design or about this project, anything you can. This is the perfect time for asking. Got it, well done. You got it in first try, so thank you. And then finally I've added this this pom-pom with my project, and actually it looks, I was not too sure if I want to add pom-pom in my head, but actually when I did it and I put it on, it looked quite nice. So I can quickly show you how to make the pom-pom. And you can also find it, the tutorial, in my channel again. I think I've got some time to show you how to make this pom-pom. Yes. And also don't forget to, once you finish your project, please don't forget to send me a picture of your finished project, right? I always love to watch your pictures, your finished project, and it gives me a satisfaction that I am the explanation that I give you, you understand that, and you learn from my lecture. So that is like really a very good I feel really good about it when every time you send me a picture of your finished project. So let me just show you how I do my pom pom. Yes. This is very quick and easy, and you can also find the tutorial in my um, channel. So just hold the, I know how to. Yeah, sure, sister, and I'll see you tomorrow, sister Farhana. So basically, you just have to uh, wrap the yarn around your crochet around your finger like this. As I made this pom pom quite big, I just put it like loose. I'm folding it like loose, so just go ahead and fold it more and more, at least 50 to 80 times. Just keep folding it around your fingers like this, and once you finish doing that, what you have to do is that I'm just going to show you a sample. I'm going to show you the full project, so you can just carry on folding more and more until you at least get 50 to 80 times, until you wrap it around your fingers. Okay, and then you just tie it in the middle. Just tie it in the middle like this, and just cut both ends with your scissor. And that's it. When you will have folded yarns, if you when you will fold it for at least 80 times, then it would look as puffy as this pom pom. So this is the end of today's lesson. I hope you all enjoyed making this hat with me. Don't forget to share your finished project with me, picture of your finished project with me, and I will see you in our next lesson. Okay, till then, you all take care. Bye for now.